Hello, it's Claire Leroy here. I am an interior designer and educator and a mum of 3 boys. And in my business, The Little Design Corner, I share tips and resources and online courses and a whole range of things that are helpful for designers, decorators and home renovators who want to create beautiful homes and also want to build up businesses that they love to work in. Now, in this week's video, what I want to do is come back to something that we were looking at a couple of weeks ago when I shared my ideal week calendar planning system. And in that video, I talked quite a bit about my Sunday afternoon planning session. So it is now currently a Sunday afternoon at about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I'm about to do my planning session for the week. And what I thought I would do is just walk you through exactly what I do during that session. Basically, what I do is fill out one of these forms that I print off for myself and I complete every week. So I'm going to show you what that form is, what's on it. That's just something that I made up for myself in Canva, so I will show you the form and what's all over it. And I'll talk a little bit about what the steps are involved in what I do each Sunday, just so that I'm completely prepared for the week ahead. And I really know what I'm doing come Monday morning when I get started with my work. So my Sunday afternoon planning session and my ideal week calendar system work hand in hand. So this is sort of the second piece of the puzzle. So if you haven't seen my ideal week calendar planning system video yet, perhaps go back and have a look at that one first. It's a couple of weeks back, and then come back and watch this one and you'll get the gist of how it all works together. Now, if these sorts of videos are things that you're interested in, please consider subscribing to my channel and also hit the notification button so that you can be notified when my new videos go live. Otherwise, let's jump into my video this week on my Sunday afternoon planning session. Okay, so as I mentioned, it's a Sunday afternoon and I'm about to get started with this planning session. Now, I do all of this with pencil and paper, but I'm just going to show you on the desktop what I have and how I make this all work for myself. So I showed you just in that intro the print-offs that I have, and that's basically the print-offs of this template that I've created for myself just inside Canva. So I put that together for myself, and basically I print these off in, bunches of 10 and cut them all out and have them ready to go. And each week I fill in one of these with a pencil and then I stick it into my notebook for the week, so I just know exactly what I'm doing. So what I'll do basically is just work through this, and I'll just tell you what I do. I've only been implementing this probably for a month or so now, this particular system, and it's working really well for me so far, and it really helps this big 3 that I'll share at the end, just to know that no matter what happens in the week, these are the 3 things that I want to get done for that particular week. But it also just means that I've been through everything that I want to make sure that I get done, and just that I've been through and don't forget anything. So this process probably takes me about 20 minutes on a Sunday afternoon, and let's just walk through what I do. So the first thing obviously is just to write the week that we're starting out, and then the next thing that I do is actually review all of my goals. So I have a goal setting process. I've spoken about that before. I teach how to do that inside my Passion to Profit course. And so I go through my goals because I want to remind myself what I'm working towards all the time. So I will show you a quick snippet of what my goals document looks like. I work through that and I actually just write out my 6 big goals, because there is research that indicates that if you do write out what your goals are, that you're more likely to achieve them. So I'm following that research and I do write them out once a week so that I just remember and keep top of mind exactly what I am trying to achieve with my business and with my life and all my different goals. So here is my goals document. I have blocked it all up because obviously parts of it are just stuff that I would like to keep to myself mostly. This is a sort of personal thing to you, but I'll just show you. So I have a vision board. We've spoken about all of this in other videos before and other parts of my business where I share things. I then have each of my 6 goals, which I've just covered up because obviously they're my personal goals and business goals, but I have these written here. These are what I fill in and write out in these 6 sections here. And then I have my habits that I'm trying to achieve throughout 2020. So just a reminder of what the main habits that I'm trying to stick to. And also I then break each of the 6 goals down. I write the goal again into the tasks and action steps that need to be achieved in order to achieve that overarching goal, and obviously give myself a deadline for each of those tasks and action steps as well. Things will not get done with goals if they're wishy-washy. You have to have specific SMART goals. So if you don't know what a SMART goal is, just Google that. We do learn about that in the course, but you've got to have them measurable. You've got to have them, with deadlines and things so that you actually know when you're going to try and achieve your tasks and action steps so that you know when you're going to achieve your goal. So this is the goals thing that I go through. There's more pages to this document. I just work my way through the document and just remind myself of everything that I'm trying to do. And then, as I said, I, with pencil, write out the 6 main goals. So that is the first step of the process. That probably takes me about, 5 minutes. It doesn't take very long, but just keeps things at top of mind. Next thing is to review my ideal week calendar. Now, this is what we talked about in the last video that I did on my sort of planning system. So definitely go back and have a look at my ideal week calendar planning system because you'll get lots of ideas from that. But basically, to just jump back into it and quickly show you, so I have this weekly sort of template that I try and stick to where I've broken my week down into sort of smaller segments. As I said, go back and have a look at that video because I walk through exactly how this all works and what it all means. But that is the next step in my process, to actually just review that ideal week calendar, just remind myself of, everything that's on in the week and all of that sort of thing. I also then review my normal calendar for the week and just overlay any meetings or other things that I have on that are sort of outside the planning system. It might be, this week I know that I've got some parent-teacher interviews coming up for the kids. I've got to go and drop some things off to be packed by my packing people who help me pack things for my courses. I know that I've got a meeting with someone and I'm having lunch with someone who, various things. So whatever is on your normal calendar for the week, you want to just have a review of that and see how that's going to impact your ideal week calendar. What things are you going to miss out on? Are you going to get any? Have you got anything like specifically that's going to cause issues? The next thing on the list is to book my exercise sessions. This is actually just booking my sessions with my trainer. So I have an online system and we have to just book in for each of our exercise sessions. So that's just a reminder for me to do that for the week. And then I like to spend probably this is the longest part of the process, is planning out my working sprint sessions. So what does this mean? So if we jump back over to here, and in fact, it might just be easier to look at these side by side. So basically we have on my ideal week calendar planning session, I have 5 paid content sessions each week. So they are here. And I do working sprint sessions of an hour and a half chunks of time. So what I do here is I actually just allocate exactly what task I am going to be doing in each of those paid content sessions. So for example, if I have, a new course coming out, then one of the sessions might be to, draft the first lesson of that course or whatever it might be. And in this one, it might be to create some new Facebook ads for my SketchUp course. And this one might be these are all the things to do with the content that makes money in my business. So these are things to do with my courses and my paid products. So that's what the paid content sessions are. But as I said, I walked through all of that back in that other video. So I allocate myself specific tasks to do for each of those paid content sessions. Then I have 4 free content sessions in my ideal week calendar planning system. So I am mapping out exactly what I'm going to do in those. So it might be, write my blog post for the week. It might be to film this YouTube video for the week. I'm actually doing this on a Sunday today, but normally I might do that during the week. It might be to edit the video. I'll have to edit this at some point. So you get the idea. So I give myself an hour and a half of a task. Sometimes if something I think is going to take 2 sessions, then I'll split that over 2 or even 3 sessions. So say I am doing something detailed with a course or making something, I might split that down over 3 actual sessions of the week. So that's fine as well. I just want to make sure I know exactly what I'm doing in each session. So that means that when I come tomorrow morning and sit down at 9:30 to get started, I look here, I look at what I'm meant to do exactly in this session, and there is no thinking, there's nothing else required. I've done all my thinking for myself. I just have to sit down and get that done. The good news is I also know that if I have a good productive week, which generally I do, then I will know that I've achieved all of the things that are on my paid content sessions and my free content sessions. So that is what that's all about. So as I said, that's sort of the thing that takes me the longest time, probably 10 minutes, I'd say 10, 15 minutes to map all that out. Just depends how clear I am on what needs to get done for that week. And then the final thing I do in the week is I allocate myself a big 3. So what does that mean? It's just basically if everything goes pear-shaped, which it always can in my life. My son Hugo, who goes to hospital a lot, is currently not that well. So we're sort of always teetering on the edge of, things like that. So he could end up in hospital and my week could completely go out the window. What are the big 3 things that I absolutely, above all else, have to get done this week? What do I have to make sure is achieved this week in order to keep my business moving and keep things moving forward? So that is what these big 3 are. So these are obviously, let's try and get all of these things done. But if you don't get those things done, what are the big 3 things that you are going to get done and what absolutely has to get done this week? So that's what the big 3 is all about. So that's basically it. And as I said, it takes me about, 20, between 10 and 20 minutes, I guess, depending on how clear I am on what I'm going to be doing in these content sessions. And then I fill all that out and I stick it into my notebook for the week. And then I've just got it ready there to look at each day. And I sort of have this open, I have my ideal week calendar open, and I just work through everything that I have to get done for the week. And this really helps me to be super productive. I do get a lot done as a single person business owner. I do achieve a lot, even if I do say so myself. And I think these sorts of very organized systems are what are helping me to become more and more productive. So I would recommend that you give something like this a try. It definitely has been working really well for me. I may not continue with this system forever, but for the moment it's working really well. And I thought I would share it with you in case it gave you some tips and ideas for what you can do with your life or with your business, or just to keep yourself productive and moving forward. So I hope that's helpful for you. If you have enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. It does help me to get discovered in the YouTube algorithm and just helps more people to find this video, and it means that they'll be able to see it and hopefully get some value out of it as well. So thank you in advance for doing that. If you have enjoyed the video and you would like to see some more videos like this or other videos where I share tips and tricks to help people create really nice homes, because I do share design tips as well, and also tips about running design businesses and being productive and all of those sorts of things. If all of that stuff is of interest to you, please do subscribe to the channel, and also just hit the notification bell so that you will know when my next video goes live. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye for now.